Epic just reviewed the feature of uefn and gave us a Q&A on their Discord. So I sorted out the best question and answers that the Q&A gave us and let you know everything that Epic has planned for the future of uefn. The first question is definitely something that a lot of you guys asked for, and it is if you can finally or at some point in the future will be able to delete islands. Currently there's actually no way to delete any islands or any projects that you basically created, so it can obviously over the years stack up quite a bit. And Epic actually replied with the answer yes, a delete project feature is in design. Stay tuned for further updates. That would obviously be a very nice quality of life update to the current projects. Alright, the next question was related to the save device and the allocate device, which for those of you who don't know are the devices that allowed previously in Creative 1.0 to save progress in your maps. So for example, if a player had gold, they could like leave the game or like quit the console, whatever, and then the next day this will still have the progress. That is obviously something that is right now missing in uefn, and the Accolade device is experience, so for the battle pass or something else, levels in Fortnite. And the answer to if we will see them in uefn is yes, they are top priority and they're being worked on very hard, and I would assume so because these are obviously very important things. Having to save progress is one of the most important features to keep someone in your map and to keep people playing your game mode, so definitely a top priority for Epic. Alright, the next couple of questions are related to AI, and there's actually some very interesting stuff in here which I wasn't expecting at all that they came out with an answer and with somewhat of a time frame actually. When do you think creators will have the ability to create custom NPCs, creatures with gameplay features, AI attacks, animations, whatsoever? And the answer to this is that they're actually actively being worked on. Obviously they don't give a set date yet, but they said probably throughout this year, which is really cool. And might it be through verse or actually through devices, we don't know yet, but that it's possibly still coming this year, I wasn't expecting that at all. The next one is probably a classic, and it is the question, will we be able to make our own weapons in uefn? I think this question was asked like 20 times before that in Q&As in 1.0, and I would assume it is still the same answer. And without looking at the answer, I would assume that it is something like we're working on it. And the actual answer to this is that this is definitely something we want to support at some point in the future. Being able to create truly custom game experience will require a way for developers to be able to make weapons and other items that suit their world perfectly. And we want to make that a possibility. And I think that is basically the same answer as the 3 years before. We want to have it in the game, but we're not sure when to ship it yet. I'm not sure if custom weapons will be a thing that is in the near future, but I think with uefn it definitely looks more likable than it was with the old Creative 1.0. The next one is also a very good one, which I was expecting to be actually added to the game immediately, but it's still sadly not there. And that is, will there be a possibility to change static meshes in a vehicle like there was before the update? So you know there was a glitch where you can basically replace the static meshes of the card. Epic's answer to this is actually, this is something that we are definitely considering, although it isn't stated in the current roadmap. Which also means that it is not this year definitely, and might be also not next year. Custom vehicles are still something that is in the far future. The next one is from the category has been asked in Creative 1.0 for many years and many years, probably to come from this point, but will there be some memory increase in uefn maps? And the answer to this is we are currently working on providing better tools to understand memory usage and looking at ways to increase what's available. Which does not particularly mean that there will be increase, but a little bit more help to understand how you can improve your performance on your maps instead of basically improving them, because the Switch is still the Switch and we still have to, make maps for every console, which sadly includes the Switch. And we cannot just leave it out. This next one also ties in the category of customizability and basically creating your own things inside uefn, and it is about the custom player character animations. And the answer is actually that they want to have it, but yet again they're not sure when, and this one seems also something like more in the far future than rather than closer to this year. Here's for those of you who are under 18 and still cannot publish or get into the program. When will creators under 18 be able to apply to the Island Creator Program? And Epic's reply to this is, we are actively working to extend the publishing rights to creators under the age of 18. We will share more information as soon as we are able. We are also working to expand eligibility for engagement payouts to creators under the age of 18, which basically means you can also not only publish islands, but you can also earn money with it. But this will likely be territory by territory. and is more complex. So if you're under 18, you can probably expect to be like some kind of like island creator program without payment. But as soon as they figure out a way to actually pay people under 18, probably with like a guardian program or something, you will also be able to do that as well. And the last question I have for you today is about if you can make private islands so people can join without being in a team or being friends or whatever. And the unfortunate answer to this is actually no. This will not be an option, so that means clearly a no, it will not come. It is not a feature they're working on, and that is due to the nature of obviously UFN being a program where you can obviously import everything, so it's very unmoderated. So just giving out private codes could lead to some very serious problems, which obviously makes a lot of sense, which is unfortunate, but it obviously makes a lot of sense due to the ability to import basically anything that you want. And that basically wraps it up. I will leave you guys the link obviously to the full Q&A down in the description. There were a bunch of other questions which are not super interesting, but maybe you're looking exactly for that one. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys back in the next one. Bye.